It's the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. Welcome to another edition of the Mike Prince Show. Spring break edition, but we're still rolling like there's no tomorrow. Big wins last night for the basketball programs. History-setting night for basketball. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. Got some baseball reporting to check on. And I am going to have a heart-to-heart talk with my beloved PV Nation. We got all that in store for you on today. Don't forget our social media handle for Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, or at The Mike Prince Show. The YouTube channel is Open Mic Broadcast Network. The website is obnradio.com, and our 24-hour dial-in message center, 713-570-6736. And without any further delay, we'll jump right into today's episode. Today's episode is brought to you by the good people from Attorney Lee Van Richardson, located at 1047 Austin Street in Hempstead, Texas. That phone number is 979-826-8008. We cannot forget the good people from Prairie View A&M Athletic Club, serving student athletes since 1986. You can become a member today. Help support the cause by dialing 936-857-5817. Well, as we mentioned, basketball continues to roll without a hitch. But before we get into that, we'll give you some baseball scoring from the world of the Southwestern Athletic Conference, and we'll go from there. Panthers had a rough time on yesterday against Houston Baptist, losing by the score of 21-5. They're scheduled to take on Houston Tellison on today. Hopefully the rain can hold off so the Panthers can get back on track with things. Other SWAC baseball scores: Texas Southern falls to number 12 ranked University of Texas by the score of 17-3. Mississippi Valley falls to Memphis by the score of 8-1. Alabama State falls to Eastern Illinois 9-4. Nicholls State 10. Alcorn State 1. Jackson State battles with Miami, comes up a little bit short, losing 4-3. UL Monroe taking on the Southern Jags. UL Monroe 10, Southern 6. And Tennessee Martin was able to hold off the Bulldogs of Alabama A&M by the score of 12-3. So those are your baseball scoring as we know them. Panthers, as we mentioned, will try to get back on track today as scheduled against Houston Tellison. We do have a softball side note. Panthers were scheduled to take on Houston Tellison as well on the softball diamond. That game has been canceled due to some player challenges from Houston Tellison's side. The game has been canceled. So we'll see how everything else will match up. And speaking of matching up, basketball got into their third season on last night with the first round of the playoffs. Panthers had very little trouble on both sides of the hardwood. Women take care of Alabama A&M 69-56. It was a little bit difficult in the beginning, but the will of the Panthers took over. It was a good matchup personnel-wise against the Panthers, but Coach Pugh and the Panthers are able to advance to Birmingham, and we'll talk about the advancements in just a little bit. Other scores of the first round playoff: Texas Southern falls short to Grambling on the road, 72-61. So Texas Southern is done. Grambling will advance. Alabama State falls to Jackson State, 75-59. And Southern had to overcome a threat by Mississippi Valley, winning by the score of 51-44. So to advance, day one from Birmingham will have Jackson State, who happens to be one of the hottest teams, to take on the Panthers. That tip-off is going to be scheduled for 6 p.m. on Friday. 6 p.m. will be that game scheduled time for the Panthers to take on the Tigers of Jackson State. And Grambling will face off against Southern at 12 noon. Now, of course, these games will be played on ESPN3. However, if you happen to be on the go or just want to listen to a knowledgeable broadcast of the SWAC basketball tournaments, you can tune in right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. We have a special treat for you guys as far as the play-by-play and commentary. We're going to hold off just a little while longer, but it should be a treat to those that appreciate the Southwestern Athletic Conference basketball coverage. So those first rounds will begin on Friday from Birmingham, Alabama. Now, on the men's side of things, Panthers were able to continually stay hot as Alcorn gave it one heck of a fight at the beginning, but the will of the Panthers ended up taking over, which was a collective sigh of relief, at least from my end, that the Panthers were able to hold off the Braves. Panthers' final score was 86-66 over the Alcorn State Braves. Patterson led all scorers for the Panthers, 25 points, 7 rebounds, and 2 steals. Panthers cruised to 86-66 win. Other scores in first-round action on men's side of the floor: Texas Southern 80, Southern University 70. Pine Bluff was not able to beat Grambling. Grambling holds them off 59-52. And Alabama State brings an end to Jackson State season, winning by the score of 58-49. So the advancement on the men's side of the conference, which too will start on Friday from Birmingham, will have Grambling taking on Prairie View beginning at 2:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. So the Panthers will be the home team. They are the top seed. Alabama State will take on Texas Southern at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. So the stage is all set. The Panthers need 2 more victories before they could become champions for the 2018-19 campaign.
With over 20 years of experience as a lawyer, attorney Lee Van Richardson Jr. can help you with whatever your need may be. Divorce, car accidents, criminal case, wills, deeds, trust, civil suits, parent and child relationships. Contact Richardson's Law Office located at 1047 Austin Street in Hempstead, Texas. You can call them at 979-826-8008. Attorney Lee Van Richardson Jr. in Hempstead, Texas.
The Panthers, with their win on last night, has set, or should I say, has tied a career high of team wins for the Panthers since 1962. Now, we've been bringing you all of the where are they now moments, and we've spoken with legendary players from that 61-62 team. We've spoken with players from the 2003 team. We've highlighted the extraordinary work that Coach Sandy Pugh and Coach Byron Smith has accomplished. We've spoken with PV Nation near and far. We've blown the trumpet, if you would, on the great things that are going on at the Hill. And I am extremely proud of the work that we've put in here on this network, the solidarity that we have received from you, the listener, the support from you guys, the listener. One thing that I've taken great pride in the fact is knowing that we've spoken the truth. We have not lied on anyone. You may not have liked what we've had to say, but we have not lied on anyone. And everything that we try to present has been fact-led, not emotion-led, fact-led. And that's one thing that we need to understand and remember. And I'm going to throw this in just for a second. Some of you may and may not know, but I'm a pastor, full-time pastor, been in the ministry now since 1998, 99. And I've taught and I've learned over time that life is based on facts, not feelings. Set your feelings aside and let the facts speak for themselves. And when the facts are spoken and you still choose not to accept that, that is no longer on me. That is on you. And with that being said, it's leading me to this commentary. Prairie View A&M University men and women's basketball program has done nothing but compete, overcome, and achieve without the full support of Prairie View A&M University alumni fan base. And we must address the big picture. We have been begging, pleading for years of having a competitive, comprehensive program that would make us as alumni proud. And for the most part, they've delivered. We've highlighted the quick turnaround that Byron Smith has achieved with this program. We've highlighted the immediate impact that Coach Pugh has had with this program. And we've stressed how they're doing it, and they're doing it right. They are doing it the PV way. But as I look at the attendance, not just at Prairie View, but across the board, but at this point, I'm only concerned about Prairie View. I look at the attendance. On last night's attendance, it was recorded 580 people in the building. And I think that might be a little generous, but okay, we'll round it up to 600. Nonetheless, it was absolutely disappointing. It was disturbing. It was even disgusting for me as a proud PV alum, as I know many of us are, at least profess to be across this country. But to have 580, I said 600 people in attendance for a first round game of the playoffs on a team that won its 20th victory on last night, which had not been accomplished since 1962. And before you give me the excuse that the students were on spring break, I don't want to hear that. I do not want to hear that. That is unacceptable. Unacceptable. There are enough alumni. There are enough staff. There are enough community people within a 50-mile radius where you should be able to fill a 4,000 capacity seated arena. And I am disappointed as a proud, loyal supporter Panthers athletics. But I got to split this thing up equally. Alumni, shame on you. Administration, shame on you. We cannot have a field of dreams mentality. If you build it, they'll come. We have to beat the drum to draw the attention, to make sure that people know what good is happening at Prairie View A&M University. It is amazing to me how if a hiccup comes, if someone burps without saying excuse me, that is somewhat connected to Prairie View, everyone hears about it, from the Houston media moving out west. But we cannot celebrate the fact that we have a women's and men's basketball program that are excelling on a high level. We, as promoters of our beloved university, yes, Twitter is fine. Facebook is fine. Instagram is fine. Whatever other social media platter you want to choose, that's fine. But we have got to sound the trumpet within. There is no excuse why we are not taking up space in local newspapers, even if we have to buy the space or submit the ads and the info on what's going on right on the Hill. There's no excuse to why we can't invite local athletic programs, in this case basketball programs. We have 3 public high schools in Waller County. We have a couple of private high schools in the Waller County area, where you invite these players, coaches, and parents, even if you have to give them the ticket, and with some type of special coupon deal you make with Sodexo, give them a hot dog and a Pepsi for whatever special price, something to let folk know what's going on at Prairie View. I'm going to blame the community. We say we love Prairie View. Where are we? Where are we? And I know some of you hearing this right now might not like what I have to say, and you are very much entitled to that. But I'm going to say what needs to be said. When I speak on certain things that I am aware of, everybody's like, Mike, great job, great job, great job. But now, if it's going to be good enough for the goose, it's going to have to be good enough for the gander. Do not be alarmed if both Sandy Pugh and Byron Smith get the hell up out of here on the first thing smoking if the opportunity presents itself. Why? Because we are proving that we are unappreciative of what I dare to say greatness, but I'm going to say striving toward excellence is about. We have to get over, I'm PV proud. If you're so PV proud, where is it? Yes, we can make excuses. We make excuses. Well, until they win, I need to see this. I need to see that. Well, I mean, what else do you want? What else do you want? Some of you are saying, well, if they don't win the SWAC tournament, it's all a waste anyway. Well, let's look at it. 1962 was the last time you won the regular season and the championship, and you haven't had anything that dominant, because the 2003 team, dominant team, but didn't finish it. And here we are in position to take care of business 600 people. 600 people. When I say shame on alumni, I mean that. When I say shame on administration, I mean that. Because guess what? It's called planning. We knew that this day was coming. No signage, no extra notices or advancements of letting people know what's going on. Sending out tweets and posts 2 or 3 days before an event is not going to get it. It's not going to get it. And we want people to come, but we won't come. If you don't support yourself, what's making you think others are going to support you? Hopefully we'll wake up. Hopefully we'll figure this thing out. You can be mad at me, and that's fine. This won't be the first time that you've been mad at me. But I know I'm speaking the truth. I know I'm speaking the truth. And we say we're about the truth. But when it comes time to put up, we're not putting up. We're not putting up. And I know someone's going to respond, well, Mike, you don't know everybody's situation. Yeah, I know I don't know everybody's situation, but I do know this. There are enough people that are connected to Prairie View A&M University that could have more than 600 people show up for a first round playoff game that your university is representing you and I on. I do know that. I do know that no one is that busy. And no one's going to speak about it, and that's part of the problem too. No one speaks about it. Everybody whispers in their corners, but when it comes time to stand up and be accountable, no one has anything to say. Well, I'm saying it, and before I get upset, because some of you listen thinking I'm upset, I'm not even upset. Like I said, I'm disappointed. Thoroughly disappointed. 20-win season. Just check across the country to see how many programs are winning 20 games. Right now, regardless of what happens, they could be done in one game. They have assured that Prairie View A&M University will not have a losing record. I want you to think about that. I love you, PV Nation. You know I do. I wouldn't do what I do every day. I do this out of love. As I stated, I'm not on Prairie View's payroll. I'm out here grinding every day. So, with that being said, who you rooting for? Let's get some things in order. Y'all know how to get in contact with me. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, at The Mike Prince Show. YouTube, Open Mic Broadcast Network. 24-hour dial-in message line, 713-570-6736. Birmingham is the place to be. Panthers, 2 more wins on both sides. And we're talking about tournament champions. But it all starts against Jackson State on the women's side. And for the men, we're going to have to mount up and take care of Grambling State. Don't forget you can listen to the games right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. The website, of course, will be obnradio.com. I love you, but I've got to go. My time is far spent, and I must exit stage left. But until the next time, you guys be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.